Hello and welcome back to Monster Hunter Stories, where today we've got a tunnel to enter. And I was just looking at my monster's statuses, and Wrathy is already bulkier than this blue Kutku, though she doesn't match it for damage. But still, it's definitely a thing. Yeah, I know Frostbite's a thing. That's right, it only happens in the caves in this particular tundra. Plenty of Zamites around here. That's fine by me. We need some XP for our Zam Trios. So if these guys do use tech, our Kutku is in for a thrashing right here. Yep. Poor bird. When did it get changed to battle speed 3? Did I accidentally press X somewhere? Later on in the game, we'll get a good way to pretty much, well, not immediately, but rather quickly get monsters up to level 30. So you don't got to worry too much about spreading the XP around early on. It's late game where getting monsters up to speed becomes harder. Mid game, it's actually pretty easy to modify your team as many times as you want. Late game, it gets harder. Of course, early game, we don't have access to that mechanic, so I guess early game, making sure you've got things that you like using leveled up is a thing. And hey, that's a big part of why we're fighting all these small monsters. The Peko also is doing pretty well relative to our blue Kutku. Like, it's got much more HP, less defense and attack, but its attack should catch up by the time it's level 10 as well. And it's also got a lot more actions. Well, not necessarily more actions, but more genes. Hey, power boost small is good. Burn rate up is good. Soothing song is fantastic. And I don't know why they gave it these thunder genes. I guess so that you can put a thunder ability here and just give it a little bit more oomph. Options. Stuff. Looks like Wrathy here is pretty much all about burning. It's actually kind of nice that that poison spike is on a red gene. Usually it's found on blue ones, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, I'm thinking of a different move. Yeah, either way. They gave Wrathy some decent stuff. And Dan's Peko is poised to be pretty darn nice for early game. Yay, more hot mist. That ought to come in handy down the line. It's a shame we got forced to leave Darge, because it means that that rare nest probably isn't there anymore. The fact that I left it to go all the way to Hakum means it definitely isn't there anymore, at least not the same exact one. But it probably would have been gone anyway just from us entering this tunnel. And one more herb. Grab some of this. And then, hey look, it's a Barioth. Yep. You sure weren't. And now we're allowed to explore the rest of Darge. As you enter the Wintertide Tunnel, you find a girl collapsed there. Enveloped by her Barioth, she remains unconscious. You can't leave her like this, so you decide to head to the nearby cabins. I don't know, it looks an awful lot like I'm leaving her like this. Looks an awful lot like I'm leaving her like this. That's not a good noise. So I believe this uses mostly speed and some power? Or is it speed and tech? Might be speed and tech. Either way, it primarily uses speed, so we're just going to keep using tech for a while. If it had used tech, then we would have had a good thing going there. Okay, it's speed and power. Have some heals, Cuckoo. Yeah, it's using some ability. Well, let's go ahead and use some tech, because it did just use power, so... We've got a little while. And this should knock it down. When the monster's knocked down and you're at level 3, there is zero reason not to use your kinship attack. Get a pretty solid damage boost on pretty solid damage. I mean, why would you not? I guess the reason could be that if you're faster than the opponent and it hits really hard, you could use it after the opponent gets up to prevent them from using another action. But other than that, yeah. Zamite, where did you come from? And you? Let's actually, let's see here. Okay. Bukatku's still got her on attack, but she is doing better on defense, and with her specialization towards fire moves, I feel like she might actually be better for us to use here at this point in time. Yeah, Kutku, especially blue Kutku, is really fragile. Like, even a level 6 Zamtrios is beating it, though Zamtrios has decent bulk, especially for early game. And Dan's Pekko does seem to have less defense, but more HP. Evens out, basically. But attack-wise, looks like Pekko is definitely going to overpower it. But let's go ahead and ride Rathy for a little while. Pressed the wrong button. There we go. Helps that Rathy is decently quick and has a good turn radius. Makes for a nice ride. Let's just check Pekko. Yeah, Rathy seems quicker than... I said check Pekko. This isn't Pekko, this is Blue Kutku. This is Pekko. Pekko's got a silly loping gait. Rathy's quick. And she can turn pretty well. Makes her a good general duty ride monster. I mean, I guess. Though why does it need us if it's gonna go there by itself? On leaving Wintertide Tunnel, the girl's Barioth is waiting. It seems to be telling you to follow it. Perhaps if you follow the Barioth, it will lead you to the cabins. Perhaps. But first, that right there is a rare nest. It's probably got a Kezu in it. Most of the rare nests here have Kezus, though they do have an extremely small chance of giving you a Tigrex egg that you can't use until way later in the game, but it can happen. It's just exceedingly rare. I was kind of hoping that one of these Benhabras would attack us, but they seem afeared. What the hell, guy? Interesting that she chose to use tech first. I'm pretty sure Rathians are speed typed, which is another good thing towards their advantage, because a lot of things actually are power typed that you tend to want to have die faster. Though, admittedly, having her be speed typed in this particular area, in Darge, isn't great, because in Darge a lot of the monsters are actually tech typed, which does put her at a disadvantage. But honestly, it's not a big enough disadvantage that I'm willing to, or that I care about it, really. When we're fighting a Kezu, then I might swap, but for small monsters, swapping is unnecessary. And the reason I keep gathering is because I am very much planning to do post-game content on this file. Up to and including some PvP. Because it's pretty fun. I enjoy it. This game, it's got a pretty interesting combat system for PvP. Especially if both teams have, or both players have solid teams. Speed S and Cocoon S. That sounds like it could be better than Fire Res. I don't have any skill seal, but more damage dealt by speed attacks is nice. I'll take it. Admittedly, the Ice Res small is probably better for me in this particular area. Yeah, Zamtrios uses tech attacks mostly. Which means Rathian is at a disadvantage here. But we ought to be fine. She's bulky enough that she can stand to be at a disadvantage. And Tail Spike is just fantastic for her to use. Now, Ice Armor is going to put a dent in our ability to damage this thing. But, ooh, Spread Frost Breath. Nasty. I'm totally cool with it if Rathy wants to keep using Tail Spike. It's solid damage. And let's go ahead and use power here. Ooh. Guessed wrong. But now we know it's not going to use that speed attack for a little while, so we can keep using power here. Okay, Ice Armor is over. And let's go ahead and keep using power until we can get one more level. One hopes. There is a chance that this thing will swap to speed, in which case we'll lose the mount. But I'm willing to make that bet. Especially because now we get to do a level 3 Scorching Slice, and I'm going to go ahead and slow things down to regular speed so we can see it in full. Even though it also means watching that Spread Frost Breath. It's a pretty cool animation. In Japanese, that move was called Flame Shaver. Kinda silly. I can see why they changed it. Good job, Rathy. You done well in your first real fight. Or was it her first fight just in general? No, it wasn't. There was Mahabra and maybe something else. Anyway, we basically just came in here for the XP that Zamtrios would give. And the parts. Those will matter later on. Once we're actually able to craft stuff. But we gotta find our way to where the actual eggs are. Which, this way maybe? Yeah, this way. Yeah, it's our chance to gather until the monster shows up. Because worst case scenario, you run from it and then it's gone forever. There's not much reason to be afraid of monsters in nests. Unless they are faster than you and can kill you before you can run away. But like, if you bring smoke bombs in your item sets, those guarantee your ability to run away. So as long as you can survive one hit or are faster than the monster, there's nothing to fear at all. Okay, kinda... Actually, you know what? This is a pretty good frog egg. I might keep it. But then again, we've already got a frog, and quality of frog doesn't matter too much right now. Ooh, smelly for sure. I will take this. I think this is a regular Kezu. But I'm taking it. And we're fighting this thing. Another tech-typed monster, meaning Wrathy is again at a disadvantage, and actually, yeah, it uses Thunder, which means that Wrathy is at even more of a disadvantage than usual, but I have a feeling Wrathy's not going to take a hit right here. Oh. Kezu's being a jerk. So we're going to go ahead and swap her out now, because it'll almost certainly be using tech right now. So, actually, most of our team is weak to electric. That's not great. But let's go ahead and throw Peko in. Yeah, tech on tech. It's not great. Wait, what? You're using power twice? What's your deal, Kezu? You're supposed to be a technical type. I should have left Rathian in if this thing's just going to keep using power. Is Red Kezu just like that, or am I getting unlucky here? Oh well, I'll let Peko do its thing once more. So here's the real reason you want a Peko in your team. Soothing Song. It's great. Party heals are nice. Okay, let's use some speed here. Because apparently Red Kezus just really love using power. Could have sworn they were tech-typed. And in fact, Naviru swore they were tech-typed. I don't like the look of this thing using no special abilities. We're going to go ahead and use Soothing Song preemptively. Or it's not attacking either of us in particular, which means it might be like doing a spread electric thing. Or maybe it'll just be using its Thunder Charge. It's totally fine that it's using Thunder Charge, actually. That just means that we don't lose any of this health we just got. Thunder Trap. I don't quite recall. Does it mean that I just gotta stay here, or does it mean I'm... I don't remember. Ooh, it paralyzed Peko. Paralysis, thankfully, is not a one-and-done thing in this game. It's a chance for the monster to not be able to act, and hey, guess what? It's gone now. It doesn't look like it's gone, but it is. Ooh, we just missed out on Sav Thunder Breath. Is that supposed to be Savage? I don't know. Thunder Trap's not going to work because we're mounted. You're immune to all status effects when mounted. More Sav Thunder Breath? Come on, man. Fine, I'll just use Barrel Bomb Storm. Again, slowing it down because it's the first time we've seen it. It's a silly one. That's a hell of a barrel bomb, by the way. Okay, this thing's almost dead. But I'm still going to use Soothing Song here. Because it's heals. When it's using Salve Thunder Breath. I mean, I guess we're keeping the Peko healthy. That's what matters here. Ow! That was not nice of you. Well, now it's using Salve Thunder Breath on the Peko. Or it's dead. That's actually... That's the better thing that could have happened there. It being dead. Okay, off we go. Egg in tow. So I expect this one will have 5, maybe 6 open, or 6 unlocked skill slots. And it had a definitely smelly thing to it, so it's pretty likely to have actually worthwhile skills. And I like the idea of that. Because that's what most of these early monsters are going to be useful for, is just getting their skills onto other things. And unless I see a rare den over there, which I don't, we are just going to continue on here. Oh, but wait. Oh no, it's Zamites. Well, that Zamite's having a bad time. Unfortunately, the poison does do damage based on a percentage of the target's health. If it was fixed damage, that Zamite would have been dead from the poison, but it's dead now, so it's not a huge difference. Incidentally, there's exactly one weapon in this entire game that can do noxious poison, and it's a sword and shield. I find that interesting, that with one exception, all the weapons in the game that do poison do regular poison. But there's that one exception. Sup, Frostfang? Why are you coming this way? I thought you were leading us. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Yay, a bottle cap. Again, those will matter later. And I am going to go ahead and pop on into this den. Because I like grabbing eggs. If I didn't like grabbing eggs, I probably wouldn't enjoy this game so much. So, it's a good thing I like grabbing eggs. Even though it is fairly repetitive content, the modular stuff is repeated pretty frequently. It's still enjoyable seeing what kind of eggs you get. Kind of want to avoid fighting this bulldrome if I can. Mainly because it's a bulldrome and I don't care about it. But I'm still going to gather all the stuff. Because I got some pretty good gatherables to gather here. Plus, bulldromes are pretty bad at actually catching up to you. Ooh, that is a red Kezu egg. And it's smelly for sure, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Didn't expect to see that in a non-rare den. Oh, no longer protected by hot mist. That's bad. But this isn't that cave, so it actually doesn't count as cold, so we're fine. Actually, it doesn't matter that we're not protected by hot mist anymore. It makes 0 difference. Yeah, out here either. Frostfang, what are you doing back there? And we'll go ahead and pop into this den as well. We are going to want to get a Bulldrome and Lagombi egg while we're here. Ooh, blue conchu. They count as a separate entry in the Monsterpedia, which means we get free stuff for defeating our first one. Oh, but this counts as a cold cave, huh? Come on, game. Get some consistency. That poor Bnahabra. That's not nice. Well, as long as one of us can attack it, it should die. Alright, being cold didn't matter for this particular fight. It's never a guarantee, though. I believe it is 50-50 that you become unable to act when you're cold. So hot mist is important. And I am, in fact, going to use one right now. And we only needed to fight the one Conchu. I'm going to go ahead and leave these rest of them be. Because I want to get me an egg. Lagombi and Bulldrome are both things that I want. And I mean, we don't have a Popo yet. So it wouldn't be the end of the world if we ended up with one. But, like, I don't want one. At least I don't want to use one. Should have, or no, I shouldn't have used my speed attack on that one because she had it well in hand, and we wouldn't have been able to use a team attack thing because she wasn't using just a regular speed attack. She does like using Poison Spike, and I do not mind that in the least. It's high damage and poison. What's not to like? So now let's grab some stuff. Because stuff is good to have. I do know that if we do find another red Kezu egg, unless it's particularly smelly, I'm not going to be carrying it out. Because, yeah, early game stuff either has to be new monsters or smelly to be really worth it. Okay, that's just a lame Popo. That is, I believe, a red Kezu. Another Popo. Zamtrios. Another Zamtrios. And that's it. So I guess we get a pretty lame Zamtrios. That's a shame. But oh well. It's not like we're not going to be entering more dens. Yo, Frostfang, you gonna actually lead the way? You're going the wrong way again, buddy. That's right. That's the direction you should be going. Okay, you want to go farther? Maybe a little farther than that? Okay, here we go. Now we gotta fight more Zamite, which I guess is the plural of Zamite. I'm still gonna say Zamites. Oh, but now there's 3 of them. Okay, what do we got going on? Looks like we got a dead Zamite over here. Yeah, they're going to be using a lot of defense down on us. But I'm going to be using a lot of I don't care on them. I bet you can guess what we're going to have to fight before we're done getting our way over to the cabins. First, 2 Zamites, then 3 Zamites? What could possibly be next? I wonder. And I know we're going a bit over time, but I'm going to keep on going over time until we reach our next fast travel point, which is right in front of the cabins. Okay, I guess we don't fight it just yet. Must come into play later. Yep, cabins are there. I'm aware. You want to give me control game? Thank you. I do want to check it out. Because that means we can end the episode here. Join us next time when we enter those cabins. See you then, friends.